Good morning, friends. I am before you with another case law which is in the slaves of advocate on record examination. The case law is L. Chandra Kumar versus Union of India, which was decided in 1997. Friends, this case is a landmark judgment in Indian constitutional law. It established the principles of judicial supremacy and reinforced the importance of judiciary in maintaining the rule of law. This case primarily dealt with the constitutionality of the Administrative Tribunals Act 1985 and jurisdiction of the tribunal against the high courts and Supreme Courts. Background of the case. Administrative Tribunal Act 1985. The act was enacted to establish tribunals for resolving disputes related to public service matters. The tribunals were meant to reduce the burden on regular courts and provide quick resolution of service-related disputes. Key provision challenged. Article 323A and Article 323B of the Constitution empowered Parliament to establish tribunals. The Act ousted the jurisdiction of the High Courts under Article 226 and 227 and of the Supreme Court under Article 32 over matters adjudicated by the tribunal. This exclusion was challenged on the ground that it violated the basic structure of the Constitution, particularly judicial review. The exclusion of jurisdiction of the High Courts and Supreme Courts curtailed judicial review, which is a fundamental feature of the Constitution. Tribunals lack the independence and authority of the regular courts, raising concern about their effectiveness and impartiality. The government argued that the tribunals were necessary to reduce the backlog of cases and ensure quicker justice, especially in specialized areas like administrative and service laws. It defended the exclusion of regular courts jurisdiction as a way to streamline dispute resolution. So the key issues raised in this petition were, can the jurisdiction of the High Court and Supreme Court be ousted by the establishment of tribunals? Does the exclusion of judicial review violate the basic structure of the Constitution? What is the role of tribunal in the judicial system? Honorable Supreme Court gave its judgment. This case was decided by a 7-judge constitutional bench of the Supreme Court in 1997. The court struck down certain provisions of the Administrative Tribunal Act and clarified the role of tribunals in India. So, friends, the key rulings were judicial review as a basic structure. The court reaffirmed that judicial review is part of the basic structure of the Constitution and cannot be excluded. High courts and Supreme Courts are the ultimate interpreter of the Constitution, and their powers under Article 226, 227, and 32 cannot be curtailed. Tribunal decisions subject to judicial review. The court ruled that the decisions of tribunal are subject to judicial review by high courts under Article 226 and 227. The exclusion of high court jurisdiction by the Administrative Tribunal Act was declared unconstitutional. Role of the tribunal. The court recognized the importance of tribunals in handling specialized disputes and reducing the burden on regular courts. However, it emphasized that tribunals are subordinate to the constitutional courts, that is, High Court and the Supreme Court. Supreme Court supervisory role. Tribunals are not substitute for constitutional courts. The supervisory jurisdiction of the high courts over tribunals ensures that constitutional and legal principles are upheld. Independence of tribunals. The court highlighted the need for ensuring the independence and impartiality of the tribunal. This includes proper appointments, tenure, and safeguard against external influence. So, friends, the significance of the judgment is reinforcement of judicial supremacy. The judgment upheld the supremacy of the judiciary in interpreting and safeguarding the Constitution. It reasserted the primacy of the judicial review as a cornerstone of Indian democracy. Tribunals as supplementary bodies. Court clarified that the tribunals are supplementary to regular judiciary, not a replacement. Their decisions are subject to oversight by the High Courts and the Supreme Courts, balancing efficiency and accountability. The judgment acknowledged the importance of tribunals for speedy justice while ensuring their accountability to constitutional principles. So, friends, there were criticism also, backlog of cases. Critics argue that subjecting tribunal's decision to High Court review could dilute the purpose of tribunals, leading to delays and backlogs. Ambiguity in implementation. The judgment raised concerns about the exact scope of High Court's review powers over tribunals, leading to potential conflicts. So, friends, let us conclude this topic. The conclusion is the L. Chandra Kumar case reinforced the central role of the judiciary in maintaining constitutional governance in India. It ensured that tribunals function within a framework of accountability while respecting the primacy of judicial review by the High Courts and the Supreme Court. The judgment is a cornerstone in balancing the efficiency of the specialized tribunal with the constitutional mandate of judicial supremacy. So, friends, this is all about this case. God bless you all.